Hello, folks. We'll be opening this up here in the next couple minutes. We started a little early on the live. If you're on the YouTube live, this is the first time we're broadcasting to live, so we started a little bit early. Hello, folks. We'll be opening this up here in the next couple minutes. We started a little early on the live. If you're on the YouTube live, this is the first time we're broadcasting. So hopefully this is still live on YouTube. I believe it is. I had to shut mine off on my side. So I'm going to start admitting people now. I know it's a little early, but we certainly appreciate all of you who have come in early. Got a great meeting planned today. We've got our special guest today, Torrence Roberts, who is our agent of the month, and you'll have a chance to meet him shortly. We have some other announcements we want to make as well, so we're really excited to get this going here soon. Appreciate you being here a little bit early, and hopefully you had a great Thanksgiving and you're going into the weekend ready to rock and roll. So we're a little bit early, as I said. And you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow everyone to be unmuted. If anyone wants to say hello real quick, you can unmute yourself, say hi. Most of you have your videos off and have your microphones muted. You might be on telephone calls. Or you're welcome to say hello if you want to until we get started. If not, we completely understand and you don't have to. Got about another moment and we'll begin going live. It is almost that time. I'm just testing a couple things here, folks, so forgive me for the little delay. We are a minute early. So wanting to make sure I can see everything the right way. As we said, we're doing things a little bit differently today, broadcasting to our live YouTube channel as well. What we want to do is make it a little bit easier for you to go find these archive presentations instead of having to add them each week to the Agent Resource Center, which of course is an added step and sometimes can be delayed, especially when there's 5 new Zooms a week. So if we can get them all to broadcast to YouTube, they'll just stay there as a permanent archive. So that's the hope, that we can pull that off, and that's what we're testing to do. But Morgan, if you can give me a okay that you hear me okay, or thumbs up, and okay, thank you, and then we'll roll. All right, we're going to get started. Morgan, if you could keep your eye out for Torrence Roberts, and when Torrence comes in, of course, you need to make him a co-host as well, and that way he is part of the presentation. But before we get to that, we've got a couple quick announcements for you, and I see Wade Cordell has joined us. Wade, if you could be so kind, I'm going to unmute you. Oh, Wade's on the phone call, so he can't share at this time.
Torrence,
but we've got a couple announcents.
Sorry to interrupt you. You. I think Torrence might be under Galaxy A11. Is that correct? I saw him wave. I think that's Torrence.
Okay. Sure. He could be. He said he was going to be by video. So
he's on video.
Mm-hmm. Is he? Okay, I can't see all the people. So yeah, if you want to reach out to him, I don't see any other videos. I don't see any videos at all, in fact. Oh, Galaxy, is that you, Torrence? All right, good. Beautiful. Well, then we will make you a co-host. And Torrence, you are a co-host now. Can you do me a favor and unmute yourself and just say hello real quick? We can make sure we got you.
Yes, hello. Can you hear me, David?
All right, Torrence, how you doing, my friend? You're in the car,
right?
I
lost you.
You're now muted, buddy, but you're in the car. So I think you muted yourself after there you go. Can you hear us, Torrence?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go. Loud and clear, buddy. Hey, we're going to be coming to you in a minute. I'm glad you're here. Excited to have you. Once we get started, I hopefully have a good connection there with you. We may have to switch your video off if we have some screen issues. But right now, before we go to this great interview with our agent of the month, which I'm excited for, I'm going to see if Mr. Wade Cordell is still with us and if Wade is able to share a couple things right now. He is beautiful. Wade, you're unmuted. If you want to be so kind to let everyone know, we kind of featured it on Wednesday about the microfunding, some neat things that are happening there, but I turn it over to you. Why don't you give us some updates on our microfunding and some special pricing we've got?
Yeah, it's pretty darn amazing. I'm pretty fired up about this. We're getting about a dozen of these a day in now. You guys need to really focus on really finding as many as you can. And let me tell you an industry that's fantastic, and that would be transportation. All these folks with one truck, all these folks that have these new businesses, they're not doing very much volume. Here's the great thing about it, David. They're going to get anywhere from, if they want as low as $2,000 all the way up to $15,000 in funding. The rates are for the period, and most of the terms are going to be anywhere from 3 to 5 months, because these are small funded deals. So you talking about, I've got one yesterday at $35 daily, one usually 35, 49, 59, 69 daily is what they are. And though they're kind of pricey in the high 1.4s, 0.49, if you pay these things off your first 30 days, because these are such small fundings, they drop the rate all the way down to 1.19. So they forgive all the other amounts owed, so it gets down to a 1.19. And if you pay it off in the first 60 days, it's a 1.29. These are preferred rates. I'm telling you, this is big. A lot of you people that have not even gotten the funding have now started getting. I mean, I'm reading all over online people that are saying, "Hey, I got my first funded deal." The good thing about this is these guys will come back 4, 6, 8, 10 times and get money over and over and over again. So the cycle runs through pretty quickly, David. So I don't have a lot more time to be on here because I've got some really urgent ones I got to get funded here. But that's where we are. You're muted, David.
Yep, that's great news, everybody. You know, thank you, Wade. And folks, if you think about that, a lot of these people have credit where the 1.49 is what their pricing is, but if they pay it off early, they're getting it at 1.19, which is, we don't get pricing that low, even with our best clients. I think we've had 2 accounts of our 1,000+ fundings that were under 1.2, and the rep had to take a massive commission reduction. So it's rare that we ever get that kind of pricing. So great news, Wade. Thank you, my friend. And I agree. This is something, trucking accounts and many of the high risk industries that we generally can't get a lot of funding for. It's a good time. You know, I said to myself on the way home from Florida, if I were alone, I'd probably stay in one of those, truck gas stations where you got 20 trucks pulling in an hour and just hand out drop cards. And a lot of them are independent business owners and, get a bunch of people to get fundings. But so that was the update there on microfunding. I want to give you an update before we go to Torrence Roberts, our agent of the month. I wanted to give you one more thing. We're doing something neat for Christmas. The remaining 3 weeks. So we measure our top producers Thursday through Wednesday. So starting yesterday through next Wednesday. So yesterday was the 3rd. So the 3rd through the 10th, I guess that is, or 3rd through the 9th will be one period. And then the 10th through the 16th, and then the 17th through 24th. We're measuring our top producers, and the top 3 from each category are going to get some Christmas presents. So we're going to reward you with some nice, with the Christmas holiday spirit, we're going to have some gifts going out to the top 3 of each category each week, not just some recognition. So this is a great time to amp your numbers up. It's the spirit. The business owners need us. We're out talking to more business owners now than ever. We're shopping more than ever. And if we can all follow the example of Torrence Roberts, our agent of the month, we'll all have many clients we're talking to. Just today, he sent me a text that says, now this is a person who works full-time. You're going to hear all this, but he works full-time somewhere else. He's working part-time. Obviously, he's in his car right now. And he sent me a text today about just left the gym. I'm speaking with the owner. I informed him of what we do. He said he makes $40,000 a month, and he said he's looking at getting 1.2 million. He's also looking to offer our healthcare to his staff, and he's going to contribute towards their coverage. I told him what we can get him based on what he makes monthly. So this is just today's conversation, just today's text. But I'm not going to go through all these, but this is all of our communication probably in the last 24 hours. Or I'm sorry, the last week. And this is just constant texting of updates while he's working full-time somewhere else. He's an amazing example of integrity. He's amazing. He got a raise and a promotion at his job because he's giving them over and above as well. And while doing that, he's gotten healthcare clients, funding clients, payment processing clients, consumer services clients. He's done it all. And we're just proud to have this man as our agent of the month. I introduce to you, I'm gonna make sure you're unmuted, buddy. I introduce to you Mr. Torrence Roberts. Torrence, how you doing, buddy? 1 second, you're not unmuted yet. Morgan, if you could get him unmuted, that would be great. I can't select him on my screen for some reason.
Yep, I'm selecting to unmute you. There we go. You should be-
Okay. Try now, Torrence.
Can you hear me, David?
Loud and clear, buddy. Loud and clear. You're looking great in that sunshine.
I can't hear you now. I don't know.
Okay. We can hear you, buddy. Can you hear us?
Now I can. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Yes. We might have a bad connection. Let me try something. I'm going to turn your video. I can't. Morgan, if you could turn his video off temporarily to try this. Sorry, folks.
Yep.
I'm not able to select him for some reason. We're going to turn your video off to see if that helps us hear you better, just as a test. Can you
I
hear
stopped
us
the
now?
video. Yep.
Okay, I can hear you. Can you all hear me now?
Loud and clear, buddy. Loud and clear.
Okay, that's better. That's better. How are you, David?
Well, I'm doing fabulous, and we'd love to see your pretty face, of course, so we'll have to do this another time and shoot a video another time when it's just you and I. But for now, let's go with audio. And then Morgan, in a little bit, if he keeps having good connection, we'll try turning his video on again because we'd rather see you, Torrence. But hey, congratulations, my friend, as being nominated and selected as our agent of the month for December.
Well, thank you so much, David. I really appreciate that. I'm humbled, to say the least, man, that with all our leaders in the field, Ellen Wynn, Truce last month's Agent of the Month, the Matchster, and Noah, man, I'm just humbled. And of course yourself, David, you guys inspire me to continue to, make things happen, paint our towns wherever we are located blue, man. So I'm excited about this opportunity.
Well, we're honored to have you. In this interview here, we want to share a couple things and then take some questions. But when we met, Torrence, it was interesting. I was actually in another city, and I got a call. I think I was, I don't know, maybe an hour from my office at the time, and I got a call from Sharon at our support department saying, hey, there's someone at the office who wants to meet you. He came in from Ohio with a friend. And I said, well, I'm not at the office. I'm an hour away, but I'm on my way if he'll wait. And sure enough, it was Torrence. He drove up from Ohio because he was excited about the business. That's how we met. Boy, what was that, a year ago?
Yes, it was. It was, yeah. I think it was July. I think it was July. Yes, it was July.
Yeah, well, that's just fabulous. And since that time, you've just been an amazing example of serving clients and being a giant and also supporting your team. So tell us a little bit. Oh, by the way, when I met him, he's taller than me. And I say that because it's not often that I meet people that it's so rare that I recognize it, you know? And so when he walked in and I was like, man, you are a big man. He's very tall. He's in great shape. As he said today, he just left the gym this morning again. He's a former basketball player at UAD, Division I basketball here in Detroit. So he's a great athlete and only surpassed by being a great man. And when I met him, I was a little intimidated, and because he's got me in size and he's got me in strength and stature, and so then when we had our conversations, I recognized right away that it was going to be a great relationship, and so we're just honored, buddy. But when you decided to get into DAC, what was it? How did you learn of David Allen Capital?
Well, I started initially with longevity. About 5 years ago, my upline had introduced me to longevity, and he was telling me about Dr. Joe Wallach, if you will. And well, he ended up, my upline, my sponsor, ended up leaving the business. He still, takes the product and whatever. But I was caught out there in limbo, if you will. And so I was praying and seeking, because I'm a man of faith. I was praying like, God, what should I do? He said, I didn't tell you to leave, son. That's just what he told me. So I started looking back into our, all the calls that we had, and I came across DAC. It is DAC calls. I'm like, what is this DAC all about?
So wait, you were looking in the longevity library of calls, and you learned of DAC that way. And by the way, turn your video on again. Let's see if we can get your video. I'd really love to have you, and then you can continue your story. I did. You could.
It's on. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, great. So yes, I went to their library of calls, if you will, and I was going down the different calls, and I came across DAC. I'm like, okay, that intrigued me. I'm like, what is DC? What is DAC? So I started looking up the different calls, and then I came across the rutz, and I started listening to what it is that you were passionate about. And that intrigued me to where I'm like, wait a minute, there's a CEO who is passionate about helping people and serving, as we say in our business, serving clients while we're building giants. Like, wait a minute. So in my mind, it automatically clicked. Greatest servant of all is Jesus Christ himself when he walked this earth, and is still now to the day. So I'm like, wait a minute, I just don't want to see him on video. I want to meet this gentleman because his passion is contagious. And so last year, we had maybe, I think, a week that our facility was shutting down. And so that is when I said, I'm gonna drive up to Michigan to meet David Rutz, our CEO. And another gentleman came with me, as you know, and he was intrigued as well. And so when I took that drive to Milford in Toledo, Ohio, which is only over an hour drive, which is the hop, skip, jump, as you said, I called the office, and then she answered. She said, wait a minute, just a second. She came back and was like, well, he's not there right now. He said he's on his way. I said, I'll wait. So we went across the street to the restaurant, and you let me know that you were in. And David, let me tell you something. When I met you, you talking about you were intimidated by me. I was intimidated by you. I'm about to meet the CEO of the best company in the world, in my estimation, and I'm about to shake his hand. I was intimidated. So that is how I came across DAC, and I've been like in love, if you will, ever since met you, man. It's just like, and then our other our other leaders that I came across, like your Ellen Wins, Truth last month's Agent of the Month, and of course, like I said before, the Master, his energy, and Noah, man, it's just it's been a blessing, man, to me. And I was like, I don't want to let us down, so I wanted to hold my end up of the bargain in my neck of the woods and paint my town blue, so we can all represent, like I said, the best company in the world, man. So that's how I came upon DAC.
And I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And when you're out there, because you talk to so many clients, literally every day you're talking to clients. What is it that you're thinking about in your mind before you have the conversations that drives you to have those conversations? Is it your personal goals, or is it helping them, or a combination of both? What drives you on that?
Personally, I love helping. What drives me is helping the business owners. That is my personal goal. Income will come, and I love our if you will, our pay, how we paid. But my whole thing, like I said earlier, is helping and serving our clients, our customers, if you will. That's what drives me to get up every day. When I get off, sometimes I work, a lot of times I work 12-hour shifts from 11A to 11P or 3P to 3A. I'm still driven to get up and serve our clients.
Yes. And when you were playing basketball, you're pretty competitive, right? You competitive? I don't know if it's me or his side.
You're coming in clear, so I can try turning off his video again.
Yeah, why don't you turn off his video when I'm talking?
Cool.
And then turn it back on when he's talking, if that's possible.
Yep, you got it.
All right. So what I was saying, Torrence, is you play basketball. You're pretty competitive. You don't get to Division I sports if you're not very competitive, because there's a lot of talented athletes out there, but then it takes that little extra drive to put in the work, and to just that fractional 1 or 2% improvement, it gets you to the team rather than Division II or Division III. It's such a small percentage. So that competitive nature that you had to play basketball, you've told me your father shared some great wisdom with you. But do you bring any of that? Is there any of that mental toughness or any of that background that you rely upon still today in this business?
Absolutely. I was on at that time, one of the top basketball programs in the nation. I was a freshman, and I was playing with a team that was nationally ranked USA Today. We ended up, I think, number 7th or 8th in the country, and I was a part of that team of seniors who taught me, my coach as well, his name is Ben Williams, taught me toughness, taught me never to give up, taught me stick to this, if you will. When things get rough, when things get tough, what are you going to do? Are you going to curl up, or are you going to grit your teeth? This is his words to us. You're going to grit your teeth, and are you going to meet this challenge head on? And so, with my father, bless his heart, he passed last September. He would always tell me, and I shared this with you before, Dave. Is nothing going to come to you, son. You have to go out there and get it. And that's telling me, like, I can't get it, sleeping, all day. It's not going to get it to where if I want it, then I have to get up, sacrifice, get out there, then my coach used to tell us all the time, you have to take the bitter with the sweet. And so I translated that, David, over to DAC. Yes, there's going to be days that are better than others. When you were telling when you are told, well, no, we don't want it, we okay. When you have certain people that you think that are your team members that they go into the witness protection program, what is that going to do to me? Am I going to no, this is not worth it? No, or are you going to really buckle down and do what you're supposed to do as a leader that you say that you want to be? And so I had to really do a checkup from the neck up with basketball and life and now DAC, man. So I did use everything that I was taught from a child on up to now. And it's ironic because you, as our leader, you hit on these things all of the time. I think it was a training that you taught us about shake it off, like Etch a Sketch, shake it off, and keep pushing, keep moving, keep persevering. So that is what I use in our business, man, and it fuels me when someone says, "Well, no, we're okay." Okay, okay. That just fuels me. Like I'm gonna get the next one. I'm gonna get the next one. I'm gonna get the next one. So those no's, if you will, they motivate me to do what I'm supposed to do. And then I listen at our other leaders, what they're doing in their respective areas. Like the Master, he's not even in America, and he is knocking the ball out of the park. So all those things I use on a daily basis to paint my town blue.
Love it. You know what's amazing is I get to say "Go Blue" in Ohio now. Hey, well, and for the college fans, Michigan versus Ohio State, not a big thing. But hey, when you're out there serving clients, what is it about our services that makes you want to offer them?
Well, we can save them on and help their business grow and flourish. So say like with our payment processing, I know for a fact that we can save you all on what you're currently offering. So I'm confident in the fact that when I go approach a business owner, we can definitely help you. So that is why I am confident when I talk to a business owners. We can help you and your business flourish and be successful. So that is why I feel like when I talk to them, we have everything that you need as a business owner to be successful. So that is pretty much the reason for that.
And were you in sales, B2B sales, prior to finding DAC?
Actually, I wasn't. No, I was not.
So tell us a little bit about what you do for a living right now, full time.
Well, I currently work for Clarios. It's formerly Johnson Control. They ended up selling the battery portion to Clarios, and I'm in a salary position, and my title is I'm a quality analyst. So we got to make sure that we take daily audits of everything that goes on in the plant. We have meetings with plant managers, superintendents, and we just make sure that we give our top 3 customers are, if you will, GM, Ford, and Chrysler. We have, aftermarkets where we supply, your automotive stores like your AutoZones, if you will. And so we just want to give our customer the best product. And so God had allowed me to be promoted to that position. And to be honest with you, David, when I started here, I was not in salary. So they saw my work ethic and they asked me, they were like, well, listen, do you want to come over here? And I know with more another position and salary is more responsibility. And I was like, no, my whole focus is on DAC. This is what I'm thinking to myself. And I'm going to do what I'm doing currently until I leave, until my residual income is where I want it. And they kept asking me. So I'm like, okay, well, let me pray. Because I had a previous quality background. So I prayed on it. And he was like, this is me. So right before the country shut down, David, I had an interview and I got a call right at about half hour after an interview. You are a guy. And so shutdown hit. So they were letting us know, like, keeping us abreast of when we're going to start back up. So we started up about May. So I've been in my current position since about May, man. And it's been like really, really, really good, man. But my whole focus is to be doing DAC full time. So that is my focus and my goal.
So the reason I ask you that is because a lot of people here, if you could see my text exchange with Torrence over the last year and how many conversations he's had, you would probably think he's got a background in sales or a background in some sort of business development because he's talking to businesses every day. And he's yet working, like he said, sometimes 12-hour shifts, and you still have to sleep. So how does he do it, and where does it come from? Where does that willingness, to have those conversations and deal with the yeses and nos, and deal with the interest and no interest. And when you meet Torrence, you'll realize he's disarming. When I say I was intimidated by him, what I meant immediately was he's big and strong, but you know what? Instantly, when he smiles and shakes your hand, you love the guy. He's just so likable. And I think that is not a sales requirement. It is that's not something that you learn through sales. It's something you are. And that's what Torrence is, who he is as a man, is he really does care about others. And when he's approaching you, you feel that. I knew when he met me, he wasn't trying to impress me. He was coming up because he wanted to feel the business and he wanted to take it to the next level. And he just wanted to have that relationship. And someone really cares when they care. And so I think the reason he has success getting clients and has success continuing to talk to clients is because he's disarming in how he approaches with really a caring heart. And I wanted to demonstrate that you've got success in your job, which is completely unrelated to what we do. You've got success there because of who you are on the job, and you're having success in DAC because of who you are as a person living the DAC way. So is there anything you want to expand on what I just said?
Yeah, Dave, you said it all, man. You said it all. When I do something, again, I'm always, as a kid, I'm always listening to people with experience and wisdom. And I'm like a sponge. So when you talk or whenever any of our leaders talk, I'm soaking everything up. So with that being said, my grandpa used to tell me, this is his exact words, because he's the one that basically taught me how to cut grass and keep the wheels straight and aligned. He said, sonny boy, when you do a job, do it right. And all those things stick with me. So when I do my 9 to 5, I want to give it my all, and if I don't know something, I'm going to ask questions, David. As you know, if I have a question on anything that, of our services or how does this work or what is this, I'm texting you like, David, what's this all about? Or, can you explain this? Can you elaborate a little bit on this? So make a long story short, man, I just want to be the best that I can be because who I represent God, and that's me. So I want to, please him. And then when I'm down here, that I hope that, I'll be able to touch someone and see my example as far as what I'm doing. And so with that, I want to make the world just a better place overall, man. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell.
Well, you're doing a fabulous job, my friend. Well, let's go to some questions from others because I want you guys to be able to ask Torrence a question. We'll do this interview another time because I want to have a face-to-face. We'll do a one-on-one interview at some point, but this is amazing right here too. And we'd rather have the audio than not. So that's why we had to shut the video off. But let's see, if you got a question for Torrence, please do the virtual hand wave. It's down under the participants area. You can raise your hand. Any question you have for him, any comment. Well, let's hold the comments first, but I see Rock Rice has got his hand up. Rock, if you could do us a favor, unmute yourself. We've given you that ability to do so. What question or comment have you got, Rock Rice, for our Agent of the Month, Torrence Roberts?
Good morning. Thank you for the opportunity to be interactive. Torrence, congratulations. Excellent testimony, and really appreciate having you on the DAC team here to encourage others, because even if we're cross-line from each other, the inspiration goes every which way, you know. And one of the things that I've seen that's missing, I've addressed this with Tom Chenault as well, is I don't think we talk enough about people doing this as, in the beginning, their part-time gig. This is something they've got to try to slip in. And we have a lot of things that go on between the 9 to 5 hours. Like for me right now, it's 10 o'clock, you know? So if I was in my normal sales job, there's no way that I could, back in the day, you know, be able to take time out to even be on a call like this. So making sure, I think that it's sensitive, you know, to people that, hey, we understand you have a job. And we have a lot of training that goes on between 9 to 5, but you know, you're probably not going to be able to attend that, but that's okay. People do this with a full-time job. Look at Torrence Roberts, you know, and I'm going to now be able to use you as that testimony. I'm not in that job situation anymore. So I got to remind myself what it's like as I watch my wife go out the door and she punches a time clock, you know, and puts in her 9 to 5 in a legal office. So, that's my constant reminder that she don't, you know, normal people, which is the majority of who we're going to share this with as our agents, they don't have that, that mindset, you know, of, oh, I can do whatever I want today. What do I want to put on my calendar? They've got, I got to go punch in. That's what's on my calendar, you know? So I respect you. And I wanted to tell you that, because when I did network marketing in 1989, I had 3 jobs and a business when I saw network marketing. So, you know, there was a point where I actually worked 21 hours and slept 3 out of a day. But I was in my 20s, can't quite pull that anymore in my 50s. But I just want to tell you, I know what it takes to do what you're doing. And I'm really, really honored to have you as a friend and a colleague here in DAC.
Yeah, and how do you pull it off? Great points, Rock. Torrence, how do you pull it off with working the 10, 12-hour shifts? What is it about you that makes you actually work DAC when you're not at your number one job right now?
Well, number one, I love what I do. I'm passionate, and I keep ever before me on a daily basis my reason why. I know you had touched on these things. You let us know periodically, Dave. Keep your reason why in front of you, and that will fuel you to do what it is that you are doing. Your reason why. So that is what I do, Dave. I keep my reason why, man. Every day when I'm doing my 9 to 5, I'm still talking to, like I heard Wade talked about truckers. I listen. I'm talking to truckers that come in and out while I'm doing my 9 to 5, because I love what I do and I'm passionate, and I want to continue to help them while I'm at work. So I'm always working while I'm at work, if you will. So my reason why is what fuels me, man, to when I'm tired.
Are you willing to share that?
I get up
all the
days.
Are you willing to share your reason why with everybody?
Absolutely. Like I said, you know, my father passed last September. It was September 9th. We got the call, and before he passed, he would mention to me, you know, we'll have our talks and whatnot, and he'd be like, "Take care of your mama, son." I said, "I got you, Pop. I got you." So with that taking care of my mom, I want to be able to be financially free, so I can do other ministry and service work around. So those things right there is fueling me on a daily. Like right now, I'm getting chills talking about it because I want to make sure that not only again that I'm pleasing God, but as my Father looks down upon me, that He's smiling. You know what I mean? Because He knows that I'm taking care of and honoring His request. So those things are fueling me on a daily basis.
Love it. Love it. I got chills too just now, Torrance. I love it. Thanks for sharing that with everybody, and we can see why that would fuel you. We have a couple more questions. Tanya Jarrett, let's go with you first, Tanya. If you can unmute yourself and ask Torrance. Go ahead. You're unmuted.
Yes, I would like to, and this may have been mentioned on the front end, and my Zoom wouldn't work for some reason, so I apologize for getting on later. My question to Torrance would be, what do you focus on? Is there one certain service that you focus on?
No, actually, no, it's. I'm sorry.
And I said, and then why? If you.
No. Like when I go, I know certain industries will not take certain things. So when I go to, just say like, if I'm talking to a construction worker or a construction company, if you will, I might lead different. So I might, and I know that they're looking for, certain things. So I just do, I think Mr. Jones, he had said something that he does. So I just basically tell him, man, listen, I'm with David Allen Capital. We have several business services in our portfolio. And then I say, we offer funding from, 10,000 up to $1 million of collateral. And I go down the line. And so I said, if an opportunity comes up that you want to pursue, by all means, would it be okay if that is per Matster? Would it be okay if I leave my information with you? So it's not really one that I focus on. Now, if I'm going to a restaurant or whatever, and I ask for the owner, I might lead with payment processing. Then I'll say, oh, by the way, we do have business working capital if the need ever arises. So that is how I approach when I'm speaking with a business owner. So it all depends where I am at that particular time. So, but I do want them to know that we do offer, other service, and I might throw in like, oh, by the way, we have this if you're interested to take a look at it. So that is pretty much what I do.
Would it be fair to say, Torrance, that you like all of them, so you lead whichever one you feel most inspired or motivated that seems to fit at that conversation at that time? Would that be fair?
That is fair. That is correct, Dave. That is exactly what I do.
Beautiful. Love it. Great question, Tanya, and great answer, Torrance. Let's go to Quinny Quinn. Go ahead, Quinny. You can unmute yourself. You are unmuted. What question have you got for Torrance?
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Yes.
I just want to say God bless and congratulations for being Employee of the Month, and best luck to you, man. Blessings.
Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate the words of encouragement, my friend.
And also too, I think we kind of linked together. You say your dad passed September 9th. Actually, my dad's birthday.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. We might need to link up outside of this call, man, and just chop it up a little bit if that'll be okay with you.
Yeah, and also too, the thing you said about your about what your father said. When my dad died in 2013, he said the same thing too. And I'm back home from I'm back from Seattle. I came back to South Carolina to take care of my mother as well. So
Man, oh man.
Wow.
Good people.
Wow. God bless you, my friend.
I love the synergies. You guys will definitely have to connect. Quinny, thanks for the remarks, my friend.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate it. I'll definitely connect. Then we've got Harlequin Murray. Harlequin, what question have you got for Torrance?
Well, mostly I just wanted to say congratulations, Torrance. That's amazing.
Thank you.
And the other thing is I am so excited to finally, at least for a short time there, put a face to the name, because David has been bragging about you for as long as I've known him. Because I got to meet David last year as well. So yeah, so I just wanted to say congratulations and great job, and you set a great example. So thank you for that.
That's fabulous. Torrence,
Thank you.
turn your video on again. Turn your video on again, Torrence.
Can you see me?
There you are. There you are. Look at that smile. Look at that smile. Yes. Harlequin, thanks for that. And I stepped on his toes when he was thanking you. I'm sorry. We got Matthew DeHane now. Matt, the Master
I
wants
can't
to
hear
say
now.
something.
Oh, he can't hear with this video on, he said.
Okay, so go ahead and turn your video off again
There
then,
you
Torrance. Then
It's off.
the
It's good
Master's
for
got
now.
a question or comment for you.
Hey, Torrance, congratulations, my friend. And I'll tell you,
Thank you, Matt.
yeah, man, thanks for the kind words. I'm glad that anything I've shared has helped you. But you've helped me again. Again, we help each other refocus on the things that matter. And what you mentioned about your dad, man, it touches my heart. And everybody's got to have that reason why. So that's the main message you conveyed, to give everybody some direction, you know, a compass. I just want to say, man, about the intimidation factor, which is kind of also interesting. You mentioned, you know, being in basketball and being in that level of competitive endeavor in sports, that was critically important for you. Would you not say, to have that strength in your belief and conviction that you were going to win, and that was the intimidation factor, that you knew that you had it within you, your destiny, the courage to go forward and succeed, because that nothing intimidates you then. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That is pretty much what I use, like I said, Matt, on a daily basis, man. I'm going to win no matter what. Now, if you beat me, okay, I'm gonna go back to the drawing board, and I'm coming back stronger. I'm using all that for motivation.
There you
So
yeah,
yes.
absolutely. Build on anything, including adversity. Sometimes it's necessary to propel us forward. You got to take half a step back to take two forward, or something like that. But I'm just blessed to know you, and I think that the common theme, and David would agree, and Rock, Rice, and everyone here, Quinny, everybody has a common theme in this company. It's about the faith in the Lord, and God lead and guide us and direct us. And I really appreciate David putting out that song yesterday about Pioneer. Man, I wept. I literally did. It was
Yes.
It was amazing. So thank you. You're a pioneer, Torrence Roberts, and I'm glad to know you.
Amen.
Thank you,
Love
Matt.
it.
I
Thank you,
appreciate that, man.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you, buddy. And great comments. And, you know, can you tell, and Matthew, you're still on screen. Can you tell how humble he is? He talks about, he still remembers lessons from his grandpa, his dad. He's listening to everyone who's all the agents of the month prior, and he can't get on during the day and watch these all the time. He's in his car right now. But yet he's so coachable, and yet brings that competitive nature and the humble humility with it. Just a blessing.
Absolutely. Great leader.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, buddy. All right, we've got Ellen Wynn. Ellen, you are now unmuted. Go ahead. What have you got for Torrance?
Hey, Torrance, congratulations, man. Thank you so much for the kind words, and thank you for sharing your story and testimonial today. You know, Rock hit on something that is important to me, and that's about how you're doing this business as a full-time worker, not just full-time, not 9 to 5, but 12-hour days. So I think that's a great inspiration to other people that are here, and kind of goes to show that you can get into DAC, right? But you're not really in DAC until DAC is in you. And because DAC is in you, you're doing this business naturally throughout the day and not really having to think about it, because it's a part of your spirit now, and your why, keeping that in front of you, I think is just so, so powerful. Thanks for sharing that. I think people really need to follow your lead on that. You know, we're kindred spirits too, about how our fathers had a huge role in us driving forward with what we do today. And I appreciate your words on that so much today. Congratulations again. Well deserved. Thank you, David. Appreciate it.
Wow. Thank you, Ellen. I appreciate you. You just don't know. I'm humbled.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Well, listen, I'm going to ask all of you, please unmute and give Torrence a big round of applause. Maybe a common
Clap.
Congratulations.
Way to go, Torrence.
Congratulations. Way to
Yeah.
go.
Good big guy.
We're so proud to have you part of our team, Torrence. And I know
Thank
you got to run. Is there any parting points you want to share with everybody before we end this today?
Just stay coachable, team, which I know we all are, and stay plugged in and keep that reason why ever before you. And there's no limit to our success.
Love it. Well, folks, I have nothing to say to that. Torrence, we're blessed to have you on the team. You're a dear man, and we love your competitive nature, the way you serve clients, and the way you proceed with your coachable, humble nature is just, it's admirable. So we're here for you, and we know you're here for us. Have a great day, everybody. Follow his lead, and we'll see you on our next calls next week. God bless you all. Have a great weekend. Go check out that video.
Thank you, David.
We love it. Thank you, Torrence.